You're live now.
Send me the link to your Facebook.
You're ready.
We're about to speak with Barbara Ali as well. Yeah, we're good to go, man.
Just turn it down, bro.
I'm still hearing the turning what?
That's coming from the laptop, right?
What is?
At the ground.
No. Yeah. It's magically coming from my laptop. So all my Periscope viewers, hit the likes and call this number if you want to speak to us. 01189 660 382 and say anything you want. I don't care. Talk to Barbara. There he is. Yeah, we're about to go. Like, hit, keep. That's it. Keep.
Yeah.
That's our co-host. You're going to get nutters. That's fine. No, we welcome nutters. It's fine. If you want to phone up and be a nutter, go for it. Bring it on. We're ready for you.
We're always ready.
Yeah.
Come on then, we can start
We're
then.
ready.
Come on.
Well, Barbara has to open the batting.
I actually did open the bank.
Did you really? I'll hear about that in just a minute.
Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Let Me Tell You Sundays. I'm your host.
Go straight.
Oh, and we
to
got a
air.
call. Okay, forget
We've
what I
got,
am.
we've got two calls at once. We've got a red light and a white one. Welcome and hello. Who's this? You are live to the nation, kicking off the show to a flying start. All that. Hello. Who's this? Hello. Well, we were going to talk about underdogs. Barbara Ali has inspired me because he's been a batsman this week. Or all his life.
For about 15 years.
And I was inspired by Japan. So yeah, we're talking about never giving up.
The importance of never giving
The
up.
importance, yeah. What's that called?
And
Determination.
not having a defeatist attitude. Yes. It sure is.
What's the secret though? What's the secret to being dedicated? Is this Jordan, by the way? Yeah. There's someone who never gave up. So what's the secret to you know? What advice would you give someone who every so often, normally like once a day, says, I quit in a very negative way?
They clearly don't have anything to say that to themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to have, an ounce of faith in yourself in order to believe in yourself to move forward.
yeah. But what if, you just feel like there's nowhere to turn and it's just still getting too much? Oh my God. Thanks, Jordan.
No
But
worries.
you never gave up on us, and we do appreciate
Do
that.
you have any stories you want to share about you not never giving
Yeah,
up?
a time when you never gave up.
You were going for some difficulties, or you were trying to accomplish something and you found it really difficult. But oh, that's fair.
That's the bottom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jordan, words of wisdom. Thank you so much. And don't give up for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye. That was Jordan. I don't know why I've got a red flashing light in the background. Normally that's a bad thing. What is it, Yasser? What does it mean?
Does he know?
Does that mean a phone call? Are we getting a call now? What are we getting?
It's me pushing the button.
Why are you pushing my buttons for? What? You've never done that before. Producer Yasser Ali, who's about as talkative as Marcel Marceau at a war memorial service, is pressing buttons to make it flash red in the background. I feel like I'm getting pulled over by the police. But anyway, if you want to get involved with the discussion about never giving up, the number to call, which is behind me in big bold letters, 01189660382. You'll get straight through. We don't screen the calls. We don't find out who it is. We just put them straight to air. If it's engaged, don't give up. Just hit the redial button. Let that be a lesson to you. And Barbara, what if people are, a little bit
Think about giving up?
Yeah, or if they're shy.
We all got to remember that we all got to start somewhere.
Okay. Oh, but you're very calm tonight.
We all have to start somewhere. And when you want to give up, just think about why you started in the first place.
Yeah.
And if that reason isn't good enough anymore, then quit.
Wow. Why you started in the yeah. Purpose. Absolutely.
What's the purpose?
What is the purpose?
Because I think when we take on a journey,
yeah,
a lot of times you get caught up in the journey and you actually forget about the end result, the end goal.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking about struggle. And you're thinking, why make? Well, you got to remind yourself why. I think we have.
Is that a call? No, that's just Yasser Ali pressing his buttons again.
Wow.
It's a hoax call without even picking up the phone. Yeah, I'll tell you why this. One reason this topic sprang to mind for me was watching the Rugby World Cup. Barbara, have you been paying much attention?
Not really.
To the rugger?
No, I'm not much of a rugby guy, but I do admire.
It's a real call.
Okay, it's a real call.
It's not a hoax. It's not the ghost. Let's go to line 5 and see who's there. Don't know if we're going to hear it. Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello, Oliver. Welcome to the show. Oh no! Wait, Oliver, no! Oh, no! Right, Oliver, if you're out there,
I find that very rude because we were just about to get into a nice little conversation.
Yeah, but this is the guy.
And then Oliver called, and then
Yeah, I know, but do you know who I think that was?
Who?
I think it might have been Oliver McCall, and I think he started crying mid phone call.
Oliver McCall.
Poor fella.
Actually, Oliver McCall,
yeah,
has been rated one of the toughest fighters in history.
Ever to fight Frank.
Never
Bruno.
been knocked down, never been knocked out.
Yeah, but I feel for Oliver there. I mean, I think the point he was making was that he gave up.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was something being ironic, Barbara. I don't know if that.
he had a meltdown.
Yeah. But Oliver McCall, did he give up or he just started crying, and the referee had to stop it?
I don't think he gave up. I think he just had a breakdown.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
but he was a durable.
Extremely,
opponent.
yeah.
But whoever that Oliver was just now, please do get back in touch. We'd love to hear whatever it was he wanted to speak about. Don't give up. Don't give up so easily. The producer's shaking his head in disagreement. Is that with Oliver McCall being durable?
No,
Well, he'd never been knocked
about
out,
him
apparently.
crying.
About him crying? Oh,
Yeah, he was in the hospital, wasn't he, or mental hospital?
oh, see?
Yeah,
Did you see him there?
yeah.
Okay. Is that how you know?
That's why he had a breakdown.
Wow. That's why he had a breakdown, or that's why he went to the mental hospital? Kind of a.
He
Did
went.
he
Crying because he was in the hospital.
So why did he get taken there? Because he kept crying.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's obviously got loads of demons. He's had
Yeah.
issues in the past, and I think everything came to a head
Yeah,
that night.
yeah, man. That was was that Lennox?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a rematch. That was
rematch. Yeah, because he won the first one, didn't he? Knocked
spectacular
Yeah,
knockout.
knocked Lennox.
People say it was a fluke, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think it was a legit shot.
absolutely.
So we were talking about the rugby,
Yes, but
and
if you want to stay on boxing for a minute, I've got someone else who gave up.
Go on.
Who's a famous quitter in the ring?
Do the impression.
I'll do that one in a minute.
A famous quitter.
A famous quitter in the ring. If you know who famously quit in the ring, 01189
When? Where? Give
it was during a boxing match.
Yeah. Against who?
Probably in the 80s, in the middleweights.
Oh.
A quitting middleweight.
Against who?
Again, well, I'm giving it away now.
No, you're not.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh, okay.
I've given it away now.
I'll give you the answer.
All right.
That's everybody.
Go on.
Has to Google.
Yeah.
Roberto Duran.
Yeah. Duran.
But did he quit?
Did he quit? He famously said, "No mas."
Yeah.
Which is.
But did he quit? Did he do it? Because the thing is, Sugar Ray Leonard, he wanted to basically find out from him, did he actually quit because he was going to lose, or did he quit for any other reason, or why did he quit? Because that's the thing. You see, Duran said, I couldn't be bothered because he was running around.
Yeah, I've heard that Duran's had bad stomach problems and struggled to make the weight, and then.
Well,
and then
what Duran did was he ate like something like 5 pounds of steak, 24 hours or a few hours before the fight.
Really?
For whatever reason, for whatever reason it was, probably to put the weight back on or something. I don't know. And he suffered in the fight.
Really?
The stomach cramps or whatever.
Yeah.
And also, it's known that he wasn't the most dedicated in between fights either. He would put on weight. So.
Bit like Ricky Han. Well, that's another quitter. Well, we got text coming through. Why you give me the phone? Barbara, you're in charge of that.
Yes, the text number.
People.
If you want to text in, it's 07909 567 527. I'll repeat that again. 07909 567 527. We want to know if you've got any stories that you really want to share.
Tell us a story about the time that you didn't quit.
Or did quit.
We nearly heard from Oliver, who quit mid-call, and I think he should pluck up the courage to pick up the phone again and tell us what it was. We wanted to forget it. It broke my heart. I was once consoling a young boy who was in tears, Barbara. Not because of anything I'd done. He was upset anyway. This was in a teaching context at the end of the day. And there was a boy in tears going home. He couldn't get hold of his parents or whatever. He needed to phone his mum. So I offered to help him. I said, that's all right. You can phone your parents from my phone. It's fine. And the tears just began to stop. He's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, no problem. Just phone your mum and she'll come pick you up. He's like, oh, thank you. And then
was this kid like from the past or something?
Well, this
is something that you were doing in the old days where you didn't have.
This was something that happened in the past. Well, he didn't have a phone. I know. We were going back probably about.
Is this time before mobile phones?
The land before. Well, not every kid had a mobile phone. Maybe he was an underprivileged child. But he was so appreciative of me offering him to use the phone, and he was punching the number in with his trembling hands, with tears now drying on his rosy cheeks.
How old was he?
It's a sixth form, I think, upper sixth. It's year 7, like 12, 11 or 12.
Oh, okay.
Understandable. And I noticed him punching the number in, and I said, you do have to put the area code when it's a mobile. And he just goes, forget it, and burst back into tears again. So, that's quitting for you. He couldn't even be bothered to hit another 6 digits. That's how close you can be to achieving your goal. And you say, I quit.
Actually, he was already on the verge of a serious meltdown, and you actually pushed him.
I pushed him over the edge by offering him a biscuit and then taking it away from him.
By forcing him to remember the area code.
The area code. And talking of area codes, 01189 660 382. Give us a call. We're talking about anything really, but times when you didn't give up, and we will come on to the. I've got a message on the Periscope. That's hello from Yasser Ali, 86, who's just sat across the way from me now. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. Thank you very much. There you go. Yeah, we will come on to the rugby because there's a very inspiring story.
Tell us.
From Japan's group game against World Rugby heavyweights South Africa, and I was tuning into this match on my way back from another match, and it was, you know, Japan had been in the lead, South Africa had clawed it back, and you know, Japan are giving South Africa a hard time. It's unbelievable, and then it gets to the closing minutes of the game, and Japan are losing by 3 points, right? And they're knocking on the door. They're near the try line. They're pushing, shoving, heaving. You know rugby, Barbara. And they get a penalty, and the clock has gone dead. So 80 minutes is up. So if the ball goes out of play, the match will be over. So they can either kick for the goal and get 3 points and draw the game, which would be, you know, be a famous result, guaranteed. You're not going to miss from there. Guaranteed draw against South Africa in a match no one expected them to win, in a group that they'll struggle to get out of, and then they say no, we're not going for that. We're going all or nothing, and they put the ball in the scrum. They pushed and pushed and pushed. They won the scrum against South Africa. The ball came, and they got it over the line. 5 points. They won the game. Never say die.
What do you think it's a case of South Africa being a bit complacent?
Well,
Maybe.
even if it is South Africa, I mean, they bounced back since then. You know, no one expected them to have a chance in that game. But,
well, I did catch the audience reaction.
Yeah.
And everyone was going crazy.
They were loving it.
They were loving it. Oh, people love the underdog to come.
Yeah.
They do. Why is that, Julian? Why do we always root for the underdog?
Because I think we imagine, then I could win. Something good could happen to me.
You think so?
It's always more
interesting.
Yeah, it's more worthy of note when you witness history and you're like, I was there when
something different,
happened.
unexpected.
You know, it's and also I think it's a very British thing to like the underdog. Well, people say that, but maybe it's worldwide.
What were the odds on the match?
Well, I'm not a gambling man, Barbara, but I lost £100. I don't know, but South Africa would have been a hot favourite.
Yeah.
Probably something like 1 to 5, probably, or something like that. I don't know. I can't do all the.
I never really understood betting odds either.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
Well, it's to do with how much money you can risk and how much money you can win back. But stay away from it, kids. It's never good. It's a dark. It's the vicious circle.
The casinos always win.
Yeah. That's right. The house always wins. But give us a time when you.
Even if you win,
you
might end up dead.
Oh well, that's very morbid. Yeah. But on a personal level, when's the time you never gave up?
Wow, I don't give up really.
You've never given up, or is there a time when you did give up? When you said, "That's it, I'm not going to do Sunday nights anymore. I've got to get the kids ready."
Give up.
I understand.
Give up.
You're not a quitter, I know.
Not really. I don't really give up. To be honest.
No.
I mean, if I'm having a bad day, my thing is, just give it the best you got.
Yeah.
Really, that's what you can do.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
Not that I'm a Rocky Balboa type character or anything like that. It's not that. It's just you just got to get things done. Regardless of emotion and feeling or whatever, you just got to get things done. I'm quite good like that. I can just get on with things.
Yeah. We're getting messages on the Periscope. Quitting is, what does it say? Oh, quitting is for losers, yeah. Let's go on strike. Thanks a lot, Sarah. We're getting hate mail. As a great boxer once said, quitters never win and winners never quit.
Ah, but have you heard?
That was,
Have you heard what we was talking about last week's show?
Yeah.
We was discussing, what were we discussing? Do you have to love the UK to live here or in it?
In it.
Yeah. And we were talking about that, and we mentioned about how would you describe an Englishman,
Oh yes.
and we mentioned that an Englishman would be best described as white. Yeah.
That's not exactly how it went, but yes. Okay.
Okay, we didn't say it, but anyway,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
general
yeah.
thought of it.
Yeah.
And Mr. Eubank, Chris
Oh, yeah.
Eubank,
Yeah.
has gone public and said, "Call me English."
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm not going to argue with a super middleweight champion of the world, but his heritage obviously is where is he? African origin?
Obviously,
Nigeria.
African origin.
Yeah. Look, if he wants to be English, that's fine. But
is there
certainly
anything wrong
British.
with him? Because I remember many years ago he came up with the vision of him being the first James Bond, and he wanted to be James Bond.
He wanted to be
Was it wrong for him to think
the
that?
name of Bond,
I know that
James Bond.
there's another famous coloured actor.
Right.
Barbara,
are you living in the 1950s? A black guy.
Black guy, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, black.
Yeah.
All right, doesn't matter. What's the guy's name? I forgot the guy's name. Idris Elba.
Okay, yeah.
And then we talk about him being the next James Bond.
Okay.
Can it happen?
Well, James Bond in the original book was actually Scottish.
Oh, Sean Connery.
He was a Scotchman. Well, not Sean. Well, Sean Connery played him at some point, but the character it was originally based on a book. Like a lot of great films that I found out recently were actually originally books.
Oh, you just realised.
Yeah. Did you know Lord of the Rings was originally a book? Yeah. You knew that.
I knew that.
There you go.
Did you know Rambo was based on the book?
No way, really. God, and Passion of the Christ, that one as well.
Yeah, but which version?
That was based on the Chronicles of Narnia, actually, by C.S. Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they have a
Hi from Mexico.
based-
Getting a hi from Mexico, Barbara. Give you a greeting to Mexico. We just had a message. Mexico, you're welcome. And yeah.
Mexicans never quit.
Well,
They don't quit.
yeah. When I was in Cardiff last week, there was a Mexican wave, and it just kept going on and on and on and on. You know, maybe that comes from the Mexican philosophy of never quitting. But what makes you say that? Who's your favourite non-quitting Mexican?
I don't know.
Speedy
I
Gonzalez.
don't know any not quitting.
Barrera, De La Hoya. Is he Mexican?
Yeah, he's got he's got Mexican, but he's obviously
He's a
he's an
sellout.
American.
Yeah.
He's American Mexican.
Well, a lot of
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. Oh yeah, he's
Is he
your
Mexican?
favourite Mexican. I'll get around to it. Yeah, sir. I'll do it later.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
He's not Mexican.
No, he's not. We're getting to that. Just show up to the fight. All I'm asking is that you show up to the fight. I hope you don't get an injury. That's my impression of Vladimir Klitschko, who has given up or quit or pulled out, you could say.
Well, he's notorious for doing things like that. So I just think it's a bit of mind games. I just thought that he doesn't really need to fight Tyson Fury, and the way Tyson Fury has been acting, you know,
He thinks that he's scared.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like,
David Ace or
he
something.
doesn't need to fight you. You understand? He's a champion. He could be.
Well, who does he need to fight?
He could choose whoever he wants. I think the guy's had more than 10 defenses now of his
Yeah.
title. I think they're talking of him reaching Joe Lewis's record of 25 defenses, maybe breaking that record.
Oh, really?
So he could choose whoever he wants. You know, so with the way Tyson Fury, I think he overdone it a bit, and you know, maybe he didn't like
So
that.
is that the record for title defences then, Joe Lewis?
Heavyweight title defenses,
Oh,
yes,
heavyweight,
25,
yeah.
which is a huge number.
So 49 wins was Rocky Marciano's record. But
Yes,
that's
but
just
even
twice.
that record could have been equaled by another heavyweight, Larry Holmes,
Yes.
who was robbed,
Yeah.
literally robbed.
Who was that against?
Michael Spinks.
Spinks. Yeah, that maybe they robbed him because they didn't want it to. They didn't want the record.
Well, Larry Holmes always was trying to fight the politics of boxing for whatever reason.
Really?
Because he was the guy that came after Ali.
Yeah, he's another one who cried. He cried when he beat Ali.
Oh yeah.
Apparently.
He didn't cry when he signed the contract.
Well, no, he was laughing all the way to the bank. But no, it hurt him to beat his idol.
Didn't look like you hurt him.
Well,
Didn't look like it in the ring.
No, but after he shed a few tears,
Oh.
and I'm getting nice shirt.
But he got revenge. Revenge was taken out on him anyway.
On who? Larry Holmes. By who?
By Tyson.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
Did you know that Tyson made a vow or an oath that he would take revenge after?
Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
When he watched the fight,
Wow.
he said he would take revenge one day.
That's right. And another man who beat Ali, Tyson also did away with. Your favourite boxer of all time.
Well, Trevor.
Trevor, yes. Trevor Nelson. Trevor Berwick.
Trevor Berwick. R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace. Absolutely. But yeah, never giving up. We can give our best sportsman who never gave up, and then
What's the greatest?
in the bigger.
What is the greatest upset by an underdog in the history of sports?
Okay,
Come on.
upset by an underdog. Is it in Japan? Did it happen in Japan? In Tokyo?
Yeah,
Did it happen to Tyson?
yeah. But it was supposed to be a question for the
But,
public.
oh right, am I giving it away?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the biggest sporting
Well,
upset?
it's not confirmed as the biggest upset, but they say it is the
Well, it's
biggest upset.
It's very subjective matter, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is the
Well, if you look at it, that's a prime Tyson there
yeah,
in his heyday, unstoppable.
absolutely.
No one's the media didn't even bother going there
Yeah.
because it was like one of those waste of time things.
Foregone conclusion.
Yeah, so they didn't even bother.
Okay, so who beat Tyson that night? That's my first question. Another big upset, Barber. Recently, Jeremy Corbyn winning the
Oh yeah.
winning the Labour.
But was it really upset? I thought that it was.
By the time it happened, we realised what was happening. But at the beginning of the campaign, he was a long shot to win the election. People were joining the Labour Party just to vote for him. I tried to join myself, but I was too late.
Oh, I thought you was already a member.
No, I'm not a member.
I thought you go to their weekly meetings.
I'm certainly in favour of them, but I'm not fully paid up member. I'm just an armchair supporter.
Oh, so you're more of
I mean, I'm not a Blair.
All People's Party, the sort of guy.
Yeah. I couldn't hack another Tony Blair type winning that election. So at least we've got Jeremy Corbyn. Good on him.
Well, I actually like the way he sort of presents himself to the public.
Mhm.
It's not like he's out there making some big hoo-ha speech. When he's actually talking, it actually comes across that he's talking to you,
Yeah.
rather than making a speech to everyone. You know what I mean? And that's something that I've noticed. What about you?
Yeah. Well, he's got 5 years to build some kind of
Well,
relationship.
making comments about 9/11 being a conspiracy and Bin Laden basically just being used as a scapegoat. Well, something along those
Did he
lines.
say that?
Do you think he has a
Did he say that?
glorious future?
Well, I like him even more now. He does speak the truth then.
Or do you think
Did he really allude to that?
Mhm.
Jeremy, you are the greatest Jeremy this country's had since Beadle died a few years ago. Yeah, wow, fantastic. But who else, Barber, is a non-quitter? You had a guy on your Facebook recently, Britain's worst boxer, who's had like tons of professional fights, but has never actually had his arm raised. Do you remember the guy I'm talking about? You put it on
bad
Facebook.
memories. It's like a fish.
It's all right. Well, anyway, Bob, I'll remind you.
They call me goldfish.
Your name's Barbara Ali, and we're in Reading, and you posted about a boxer who's professional. You've like never won, and you said, "Oh, actually,
Oh
like,
yeah. That's all coming to me now.
yeah." So at least he never gave up.
You always start somewhere.
But should a guy like that be in the ring?
Well, it's a funny thing. I think people can judge it, but it's all
Yeah.
down to how that guy's progressed. He might not have had no amateur experience.
Mhm.
He might have just gone into the pros,
Yeah.
you know, because it's not that difficult to get a pro license. Let's face it.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of professional fighters that I could probably beat.
You heard it. Yeah. What about Flimsy?
Well,
You
I don't know.
used to phone us up.
He talks a good game.
He does talk a good game. Yeah.
Extremely
Exactly.
good
Got to put your money where your mouth is.
So I mean, let's not be too hard for
No.
people.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
I agree.
everyone's got a different journey, and you never know. He actually might be sincerely wanting to be a contender rather than a guy who turns up to lose.
A journeyman.
Hmm.
But I remember I was at a talk once, and the man giving the speech was saying, you know, Muhammad Ali was a guy who he really believed in himself, and that look what you can achieve when you believe in yourself, right? Self-belief can do a lot. And I kind of flippantly remarked, isn't that part of what sent him into a downward spiral of Parkinson's syndrome from repeated blows to the head?
Mhm.
Did he believe in himself too much that he actually thought he could do it when he couldn't do it anymore?
Well, I think in terms of his Parkinson syndrome, I think people need to also remember that he was fighting in the hardest era for heavyweights.
Yeah.
You know, this was a time where there was only 8 weight divisions. There was only one title per weight division.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't like nowadays you have multiple weight classes, multiple belts, and everything gets a piece of
It was the best against the best.
Exactly, and you had when you say top 10 in the world,
Yeah.
that literally means top 10 in the world. That means that any one of those guys can be a dominant champion, can be a world champion. It's not like nowadays some guy makes it into the top 10, but really he shouldn't really be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's only on one
You know,
governing body's ranking.
there you go. So and also he did have 3 or 4 years taken away from him as well.
Mhm.
And you know, this was a man who wasn't just a boxer; he was a whole lot more than that. You know, he stood for a whole lot more than just that. You know, if you look at certain fights today, you know, they're talking about money, they're talking about their own wealth, but really they don't stand for anything.
Yeah.
You know, okay, they might do good things, you know, behind the scenes that people want to know about.
Yeah.
But I'm saying to really go out there and make a difference, put yourself on the line like Muhammad Ali did.
Yeah.
None. There's none. You know,
None can compare.
none can compare.
Well, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and say, is there ever a case for you know, believing in yourself too much?
Yes, I think,
Believing you're right.
you have to draw the line. You have to draw the line. You have to know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and be smart, and also take advice. It's also good to have people around you who can speak the honest truth to you.
Mhm.
It's not always what people want to hear, but I think you have to know your limitations, yes.
Yeah, 100%. Know when to hang up the gloves. George Foreman, when he came back
Yeah.
at 45, and
Oh, yeah, that was amazing, yeah.
incredibly, who had given up. He's a guy who did quit and then came back, what, 20 years later?
I don't think it was 20 years. I think
Or 15, I don't know.
probably over 10 years. Yeah, at least.
A long time out.
Yeah.
And well,
He came back at 38.
Okay, he came back there, but he didn't win the title until.
Well, he had he had a good journey. So he came back at 38, and he had a progressive rise.
Mhm.
So he used to fight lowly fights, and then he got shot at Vander Holyfield,
Yeah,
and then he actually lost that fight.
Yeah.
So Michael Moore was actually his second title shot,
that's right.
and his last
So
chance.
another case of not giving up.
That's right. Yeah, another case of not giving up.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and he knew that he lost a lot as well. You know, he put on a lot of weight, and he couldn't shift it. And
Yeah. But I remember watching an interview with him, and he said it was his wife who convinced him to finally call it a day. Because he said, "Oh, I can, I believe I can still do it." And she said, "Wouldn't you rather walk away knowing that you could still do it rather than being carried away because you can't?"
Yeah.
do it
You have to go. But it's the thing. It's about fighting, isn't it? Like when you have that in you, it never leaves.
Yeah.
It never leaves you, and physically you might not even have it anymore. But it's just that spirit. It doesn't leave you. If you're a real fighting person, it doesn't leave. It doesn't leave you. But with him, he was a beast as well.
You know what? Barbara, we're getting a call. Can I experiment with taking it out? It's gone. We just had a call there from a friend, Tamar in Gaza. If you are listening, Tamar, try again. We missed the call, but give it another go, and we'll try and pick up the WhatsApp call and play it aloud. There's a guy out in Gaza who is
Palestinians know everything.
Yeah,
they know about not quitting.
There's a word in Arabic that the Palestinians coined this for. I think it's Samud. Tamar might be able to elaborate on it. That is literally the determination, the patience to not give up when you're continually met with obstacle after obstacle. Tamar, if that was you and you can hear us, give me another call on the WhatsApp. But the studio number for anyone else is 01189 660 382. I still want to hear from Oliver and let him get it off his chest, whatever it was he wanted to share but couldn't quite do it. And then we'll get into a bit of politics as well, Barbara, because there's lots of things going on.
The unfortunate incident of the sister who got shot for not taking off her niqab or something. Well,
I think for refusing to be searched by a male soldier, possibly.
Oh, yeah, could be also.
Possibly something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Shot dead. There's a Palestinian girl of 18, and then medics were prevented from attending to her. You couldn't make it up.
Very bad.
Yeah, terrible.
Extremely. I don't know. What can you say? What can you say when things like that happen? It's just complete, injustice.
Yeah. And how do you not give up? 50, 60, going to be 70 years later of that kind of thing. Don't know how they do it, but we must continue to support that cause, obviously, and all just causes. But staying on politics, Barbara, and world events, obviously, tragedy happened at the Hajj.
Yes.
700 people.
700 plus the train incident as well.
Yeah.
It's extremely, it's sad that people have to go through things like that. But I guess if they wanted to go, it's probably the best place to go.
Well, of course.
But in terms of the authorities, yes, they have responsibility. Yes, of course.
There is culpability, right?
Yeah, there is. There's a responsibility there, and they need to take that responsibility and look at better ways. I mean, many people are critics of the Saudi regime and how it operates and stuff like that, which is fine. But in terms of trying to cater for 2 to 3 million people, it's a huge task. It's a massive task. So we have to take that consideration as well. And I think maybe there's wisdom behind all this. It's
behind what?
Behind what the incidents, what happened. There's maybe some wisdom behind it. So between who's wisdom? Wisdom. I mean, there's obviously some sort of we believe in qadar. It's predestined. Maybe it's meant to be. But yes, the authorities, they do have a responsibility and need to really look seriously to these things.
Mm-hmm. But at the minute they're blaming the people.
Yeah, which is not good. I mean, if that's what the authorities are doing, they're saying stuff like, what's the actual words they're using? There was
Stampeding.
not stampede. They would say reckless. That's the word they use, wasn't it? Some reckless pilgrims or whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's not good. It's not good. You have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility.
Yeah, and some people have said that, and I don't know if this is true because it's pictures from the internet, and every time I see a picture on the internet, it's photoshopped or fake or whatever.
Yeah.
But how the Saudi authorities have dealt with African pilgrims
Mm-hmm.
who have passed away.
There's no secret. There is no secret. There is racial issues or racism.
Mhm.
In Saudi Arabia, it's rife. There's no doubt about it. But when it comes to holy events like this, you've got to put those issues aside. Even if you are a proud person or proud Khaliji, it doesn't mean anything. And if that's what you actually practice, you really need to look deeper what you're actually practicing, because you're not practicing Islam. If you are practicing that racism and sectarianism, you're not practicing the religion.
No doubt. Did you know that Saudi Arabia have been appointed by the UN as head of human rights?
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I know. Really? Yeah, that's not a joke.
Well, that says a lot about the UN as well, then.
Yeah, and it's a role they applied for and have been accepted for. It's not like it's just it goes round and they share it. It's Saudi Arabia, the country that beheads more people, or almost as many people as ISIS, who probably invented ISIS, are head of the UN for human rights. I'm getting some messages on the Periscope.
Money talks.
Can I pronounce? I can't pronounce that word. Person, sorry. Yeah, money. Yeah, maybe. Do you think it's money related?
Money talks. Money talks.
Someone's
Money
had a
talks.
backhanded-
We know money makes the world go
I've
round.
had Woundwort says the CIA invented ISIS. Woundwort is obviously a fan of Watership Down. The CIA invented ISIS, maybe.
Could be.
Do you want to expand on that, Woundwort? If you do, give us a call on 01189 660 382. How did the CIA invent ISIS? I mean, it's kind of easier said than done. And Yates wants our views on immigration. Well, Yates, my view.
What do you want to know?
Is
Yates?
Peekaboo from Texas. We're getting a lot of international love here.
Oh.
My view on immigration is that it's being used for a certain agenda.
What's the agenda?
Can I say it on here?
Be careful.
I think there are always people that will benefit from setting the world on fire, from dislodging people from their land, and immigration is in the news now, and so is people seeking refuge. Koibig, I don't know what that means either. People seeking refuge, and I am all for receiving and helping refugees. Ideas on Trump. Well, Donald Trump is against immigration, as he calls it, but he's just another neocon. He's best friends with
neo-Nazi.
It's
unbelievable, though, Julian. I never thought that Mr. Trump was like that. I never knew he was like that. Then I started hearing all this stuff about him in Mexico.
He was just a rich businessman.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was just a businessman who's gone with his thing. I never knew he had these thoughts and ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got a lot of American viewers on Periscope now. If you're an American and you know anything about Donald Trump more than we do, put the UK code in. This would be an international call, but we'd love to hear from you.
This is my
0044.
This is my thought on.
Here we go. Barbara Alice got
immigration.
A view on immigration. No. What does it say? Barbara Alice holding something up to the screen now for the listeners. Well, let me see it and I'll read it out. What is it? No human is illegal. Well, Okay, is that true though, Barbara?
What do you mean?
Is it true that no human's illegal?
Illegal in the sense.
You can go and live wherever you want.
Illegal in the sense of, yes, if you are a law-abiding, respectful individual. Yes.
Law-abiding.
Criminals, obviously that's a different matter. Yeah, but I'm talking about a person should be free to come and go.
Okay, because there are some illegal occupiers living in the occupied territories in Palestine. But when is a country full? Well, that's a good question. Jimmy Savile was pretty illegal. Yes, he was. Well done. We didn't find out until he died. But you're right. What he did was illegal and immoral.
It's funny how they find out everything when someone's dead.
I know. Poor old Rolf Harris got caught while he's still alive. Only just. But there you go. Seems like it's one rule for one and quite another for Rolf Harris. Maybe it's because he's Aussie. What is my partner's name? Well, my partner tonight is Barbara Ali. And hi from Ecuador. Do you know why it's called Ecuador, Barbara? No, because it's on the equator. That's what it means.
And it's hot.
It's hot. It sure is. So yeah, people never giving up. You said Mexicans never give up.
Mexicans don't give up.
Donald Trump doesn't give up telling us that
He's going to be the president.
Yeah, my main man, Shaban here. Welcome, Shaban. Hello, Shaban. I remember Shaban. I think we've conversed on here before. Donald Trump doesn't give up telling us that Mexicans are invading Ecuador in South America. There you go. Well, it's funny. A lot of people say that. Where's Mexico, Barbara? Where is it? Go on, let's see. Let's see.
Mexico.
Where is it?
It's in South America.
No, it's not.
Where is it?
No. Mexico is in North America. Or you could say Central America. But yeah, the continent, it breaks up in the middle.
That's it. I'm putting my periscope on.
Where Panama is. Ali the Great is. Mr. Ali, you say no man is illegal, but surely you can't expect a small island like the UK to let in every single person.
Well,
what do you say to that, Barbara Ali?
Who said that?
Yates said it.
Yates, you're right. The UK is small and the UK isn't letting them in, so don't worry about it.
Well, they're going to let in
10,000.
Oh,
10,000.
over the next.
That's really kind of the UK.
Was it 20,000 over the next 10 years?
Ooh, that's,
Lebanon has let in 2 million.
Yeah. Yates.
Yeah.
I understand your frustration, but
Yates.
You need to really check your stats.
Yeah, that would assume everyone wants to come here. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone wants to come here. And I assure you, having been among the Syrian refugees on the border of Syria, they especially want to go home to Syria. They don't want to come here in an ideal world. But if they need somewhere to live, we should, it is our obligation to help them. But I do think that the wheels have been set in motion to facilitate a certain agenda. Views on Australia's immigration policy, Matt? Barbara Ali, what's your views on the Australian immigration policy? They have a quota system, right? They limit the amount that can come in, as I understand. Now, the thing, Australia sucks, apparently, according to Lord Shabs. The thing about Australia, the native inhabitants are the Aborigine people who have been decimated, massacred, and it was attempted to wipe them out. So it's quite rich for the white European people of Australia to say, right, we're full now. We don't want any more immigrants in. But we all came from somewhere, didn't we?
It's a case of natural selection.
Is it? There you go. Barbara Ali, the Darwinist. All right, we've got a question. I'll put this one to the panel. Your thoughts on same-sex marriage? We're not really talking about that tonight, but Barbara, do you want to give
What
your,
about it? What do you want to know?
give your opinion?
What do you want to know about it?
Yeah, what do you want to know about it, questioner?
Or what do you want me to say?
What do you want? Yeah, tell him what to say. He'll say it. There you go. Same-sex marriage. Look, you can do what you want in the privacy
Well,
of your
in
own
terms of those
church.
issues like same-sex marriage and stuff like that, you can just do whatever you want because you can.
There you go. Because they
Read that.
Is Barbara an actual barber? Barbara, do you cut hair for a living?
No, I'm not an actual hairdresser. No, I'm not.
There you go.
My name does actually, this is the thing, Westerners,
Yeah.
you need to understand that just because you call something something, it doesn't mean it actually means that.
Yeah.
The origin of my name actually means lion. But
Oh, really?
here in the UK,
In what language?
maybe I think what's happened is a conspiracy
Okay.
because the Mughal emperor was named Babur,
Ah.
right? And I think when the Brits went over there, they manipulated that name and they downgraded it. So they started calling hairdressers barbers.
Maybe. Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah. Of course, they've got lions. Have got long hair, haven't they? So
Yeah. There you go.
obviously, there's a link in there somewhere. I didn't know that your name meant lion. So we can call you Assad then,
It sure looks like a lion.
No,
if we were to translate. Well, Arabic Assad is lion.
well, we've got other names for him.
Okay. No problem. No comment. But yeah, no, Barbara is not a Barbara. We've got a lot of people on the Periscope. If you are in the UK,
Who are my fans? Why not?
01189 660 382. We would love to hear from you. We're getting lots of questions.
Oh, I did. I actually had to.
Have you ever seen a UFO, Barbara?
Have I seen a UFO? No, I haven't. I haven't. Have you? How come all UFOs always end up in America? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
All UFO sightings or extraterrestrial sightings always happen in America. Why? Why America? When you get back on.
Only in America. Well, my uncle's seen a UFO, and he lives in Canada. So there you go.
Is that the same thing?
Very similar. Very
Canadians are the civilized Americans, aren't they?
They are. They are military conspiracy. Maybe it's because of Area 51, Bob. I don't know what. Yeah. Area 51. That's where they keep all the UFOs. And the
Is that a place where they're like it's like 200 feet underground, and they have this secret place where they keep all the aliens?
That's what we're told. Yeah. Apparently.
What about giants? I see some stuff on the internet, like finding fossils of giants. How true is that?
No.
Huge skulls, like the size of the butt center.
As big as that?
Massive stuff.
As big as what? The
butt center.
Where's that?
Oh, Broad Street Mall, sorry.
If you're listening in America, the butt center is.
Actually, they're going to change it back to the butt center.
Okay. The butt center.
Butt center.
Butt center. I've never been there, but I'll certainly check it out. Who do you think will win the World Cup?
Wales.
Ireland. That's who I think will win the World Cup. And another question from Woundwort. Are we living in a holographic simulation?
Explain that to us a bit more.
Yeah, give it. Is this a false reality, Barbara?
It's all in our mind.
Is it? Yeah.
If you're smoking a lot of weed, then yes, it is.
Okay. They found a lot of weed in Kingston upon Thames recently. A whole forest of it growing.
Wow.
I'll have to get over there.
Maybe
and make
Robin
some,
Hood used to hang out there.
Hemp rope. Maybe. Robin. Yeah, Robin. That was the show. That was the forest of Nottingham Forest. I'm local to Kingston. Yates, if you're local to Kingston, get over there quick while you can and make some quality hemp rope, which we don't make anymore. They tried to ban it, Barbara. There's the cure for cancer in weed, and it's all a conspiracy. I've been accused of being a conspiracy nut.
What about this thing?
Go on.
If you have huge amounts of alkaline in your body,
Oh yeah.
it pretty much cures everything, and you don't even need to take medication or anything. It actually cures cancer.
alkaline in your
The only thing it doesn't cure is death. Is it?
right. I need to
But-
get it of the black seed. So bear with us, Barbara is just having a Snickers. Luckily it's a small one. Go on, Barbara.
I came across a video
Okay. You came across a video. I'll
of
translate.
a guy, apparently he's in jail now.
Right.
So he's come up with a formula which is totally 100% natural, which is proven in the religious books.
Okay.
So it's all natural remedies, etc. And it cures diseases that we are led to believe are incurable,
Right.
cancer, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah, yeah.
And apparently he's in jail now because he's a threat to the, the government
The
medical
status
organizations.
quo.
That's right.
Not the band. I mean, the general, the way things are. Yeah.
The big corporations, how are they going to sell their medication? How is GlaxoSmithKline, etc.
Yeah.
How are they going to,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, legalize the weed. That's what I say. My mum bought cannabis unwittingly once in the form of tea. We had a lot of biscuits that night. I tell you, that's not even a joke. My mum accidentally bought a cannabis tea. But there you go. It's good for you. Love your demeanour. Thank you very much. My demeanour. I wonder what my demeanour. Oh, I'm all self-conscious now. I'll change my demeanour.
your
I'll
demeanor?
try-
I think
try
she
and
means
do
your aura, your the way you are.
Thank you very much, Bob.
She's charmed.
Yeah, thank you.
It's all fake, by the way.
Yeah, this is. I'm not
It's
really.
not really like
I'm not
that.
really like this. I'm an absolute toe rag in real life. Bingo. Yeah. Have you ever played bingo, Barbara? Probably not. It's gambling. But yeah, let's have a couple more phone calls. I want to hear. We were talking about
My periscope is dead. I need to start using it more.
Yeah.
I think you lot are good. You lot be on a regular, build up a following.
Well, Yasser_Ali 69, sorry, 826 is famous on Periscope.
But the thing is, I need a cameraman. I'm not good at like holding it in.
No,
You know what I mean?
You're doing well. You're doing well. But no, we've been. I mean, as ever, we've. Where's Mirza tonight? Is Barbara an Indian? No, but 70 years ago he would have been. Put it that way.
I'm Mexican.
He's from Mexico. That's why he never gives up.
Yeah.
What's your geography like, Barbara?
It's
I'll
okay.
give you a little quiz.
It's okay.
Are you off? Barbara Ali's left. He's left the building. I tell you what, he's so casual. This guy. He pitches up for a radio show as a casual Snickers, only a small one, but he made a meal of it. Now he's off to off somewhere. I don't know. So it's just me and Rowan Atkinson here, Mr. Bean. Why doesn't Mr. Bean talk? Why is it that that adds to his comedy? I mean, Charlie Chaplin, I can understand because they didn't have sound in those days. He was a silent movie actor, so you couldn't have it. But along comes a character like Mr. Bean, who could very well talk if he wanted to, but Rowan Atkinson kind of plays him as a mute. And I'll tell you another character who was a mute, the Pink Panther, who dressed, he drove a car,
Please see me.
but he couldn't talk. And you, Yasser. But no, he is here. Mr. Bean doesn't talk so they can call the. There's an interesting theory that the pink. No, Mr. Bean doesn't talk so that they could sell the show in China. Yeah, maybe that's why it kind of it translates. You get a lot of those shows like what's it called, Just for Laughs, where they hide a camera somewhere and do stupid stuff to people while on camera, and you don't really need to understand English to know what's going on. That's a good point. I never thought of that. But talking of Chinese, there's an Irish language. For those that were asking, the shirt is Ireland. I was watching Ireland, Romania today. Question, what radio station are we on? It's One Ummah FM. We're based in Reading, but we are worldwide on the World Wide Web and now on Periscope and YouTube and Instagram, Facebook and singlemuslim.com. No, not really. We're on all of it. Barbara, you're back. Barbara's just been down the shops. We were talking about Mr. Bean doesn't talk so that they can watch it in China. And apparently you don't either. Barbara Ali is sat next to me.
Mr. Bean doesn't talk.
So that they can sell it in China, yeah.
It's ridiculous. Why?
Because if Mr. Bean was talking in English, 1 billion Chinese people wouldn't want to know.
Isn't that the whole concept of Mr. Bean, that he's supposed to be like slow and, you know, he doesn't have anything to say anyway?
Yeah, I guess it's something we can all relate to.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point. We all have a friend like that. And if you don't, it's you. But maybe, yeah. But does it help that he's?
How come you're getting so many hearts on your Periscope? What's going on?
That's the hearts are for you because
that's Yasser Ali banging away there.
No, that's not me.
Hitting
Someone
the
said
like
welcome
button.
back, Barbara, and you start punching the likes.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Keep the hearts going.
Yeah. If you're confused, it's the Periscope. We are live on there as well as the airwaves and this. And
I want to give it a text number
go on.
to the locals: 07909 567 527. 07909 567 527. We've been talking about never giving up.
Yeah, never give it up.
And the importance of not giving up.
That's right.
You know, have you got any stories that you want to share in regards to not quitting? Maybe going through some hard times, difficulties. You know, what helped you through it?
What? Never giving up. I'll never give up, Barbara.
You really are a cheesy DJ. I saw you at work last night.
Yeah, did you? You caught me on the Periscope. I'm getting a text saying, "Where is Yasser Ali?" He is opposite me. I can see him, and he can see me, but you can't see him. When have I given up? I'll tell you a story about when I gave up. Barbara. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready to get emotional?
I want to hear it.
I gave up in 1998. That's the last time I gave up. Do you know what I quit? 1998 was the last time that I ever did judo, and I've been doing it since I was 7 years old, and I was 13. So 6 years, but which doesn't seem long, but it's nearly half your life when you're that age. So I was committed to judo every.
Judo is an extremely good sport, I must say.
Absolutely.
I would actually recommend that. Any youngsters, you should take up judo.
Yeah,
Very good.
Definitely a brilliant introduction to martial arts. For self-defense, for confidence and fitness, all the rest of it. So I'd been doing judo all that time, and then it was the summer '98. So I remember the World Cup was just about to start, and I got onto the mat as I did every Saturday, wearing my gi and I'd got up to green belt by that point, which I was very proud of. And it's so stupid. Just from for 6 years, I'd thrown people and rolled over and grappled and wrestled and all the rest of it. Just stepping on the mat, I kind of twisted my foot and broke my toe. I broke my toe at the beginning of the session. I couldn't really walk on it, and I was like hobbling about. I went to.
What was it, your little toe?
I think it was the big toe.
How the heck did you break your
I just kind of went over on it. I don't know how I did it. But yeah, maybe I had bunions. I don't know. the medical condition that I'm finding out about recently.
Your followers are starting to lose things now as well.
Yeah, they've lost their.
Someone's lost their finger. Someone's lost their biscuit in their teeth.
So I broke my toe, Barbara. Long story short, I went to the hospital, got an X-ray. Yeah, fractured toe. don't walk on it for a week. I was off school, and then I didn't do judo for a few weeks, for a month, for a while. And I never went back. That was just the
You suck.
yeah. I never went back,
Well,
and I never went back to say
I hope it has been very, you know, like a huge weight has come off you by sharing that.
well, it sort of has, but I that's it. I quit
Well,
judo.
you're not old. You can still go back to judo.
That's too late, Bob.
Why is it late? Why do people have this attitude about late? What's late? I don't understand.
Well, do you know what?
Why do people always think that age has to limit them? I get that a lot. One thing I hear a lot now I've gotten older is people like to use their marriages or their kids or their family life or as barriers or like limits.
Someone's telling me here not to give up.
You know what I mean? Like saying,
Yeah.
oh, I've got kids now, or I've got a wife, or I can't do that. Oh, no, it's too late. Why?
Well, look, I didn't give up on sport and combat sport at that. You know, I got into boxing afterwards. I've been training mixed martial arts now, and a lot of the stuff I remember from judo days have kind of come back to me over a decade later. It's a bit like George Foreman. But I never went back to my sensei, Bill Burnside, who is one of the top judo guys in the world, never mind in this country, and he was the first Westerner to attain the level of 8th Dan, which is the highest level of black. When you get to black belt, that's first Dan, but it goes on 5, 6, 7, 8. So he is a very respected figure in the judo world, and I never got to say thank you. Never got to say goodbye. I never got to thank him for everything he did, and he must be about 86 now.
You're
87. But I've tracked him down.
As
He
you
lives not far from here,
really lives in Reading.
in the Reading area.
In the Reading
He is
area.
in Berkshire.
What's his name?
Bill Burnside. It's a big name in judo, and my mission is to get. I haven't got a contact detail.
Well, the poor guy's probably got Alzheimer's now. He probably doesn't remember you.
Well, he's a judoka. He's probably.
You don't know. Would you?
He's probably.
If you ask him his name, he probably wouldn't know his own name.
Do you know what? He might not remember me.
Sorry, I have this thing where I laugh at my own jokes.
Someone's got to. He might not remember me, but I remember him, and I've got friends who.
What if he's a judo expert, right?
Yeah.
So he's a judo expert with Alzheimer's. So if you actually knock on his door, he might take you down.
Hey, Baba, it would be an honour. It would be an honour to be thrown over.
It's like Jason Bourne. You know, he doesn't know who he is, but he knows what to move still.
Yeah. Someone's saying, how can someone forget you, Juliana? Thank you very much, Lord Shabs. I'm obviously memorable.
You are an unforgettable type of guy.
My mission this Christmas, Baba, is to track down Bill Burnside, knock on his door, wearing protective gear, now that you've warned me, and give him a Christmas card. I'm going to go with another friend who used to train with him, who I didn't know back then. He trained in a different club, but he also trained under him. I'm going to find him, give him that Christmas card and say, you might not remember me, but 13 years ago, I quit judo because I broke my toe, and I wish I didn't, but thank you for everything.
But it's
you
not
taught
too
me."
late, Julian.
I know, but he's 86 now.
No. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you.
It won't be the same.
Why are you the same? So there you go.
Because
You're limiting
my
yourself.
gi doesn't fit me anymore. I've tried it on everything.
Just wear one with a wedgie.
Yeah, pretty much. But I did get to wear them, and when good friend of mine, Kamal, who listens to the show sometimes, he achieved his green belt in jiu-jitsu, and he said, he told me the good news that he passed his grading. He's like, "Oh, do me a favor, if you see a green belt, can you buy it for me?" In other words, I've got my green belt now, and I said, "Don't worry, Rob, I've got one you can have." So I gave it to him, and he wore it at the British Championships, and he came back with a gold medal. double gold, in fact, I think that year in the stand up and the grappling. So that was, you know, an honour. I can say my belt won something, even if I didn't win anything wearing it. He's gone on to blue belt now, I think. So progression, never give up martial arts. Although I did give up judo, it gives you something to aim for. You get the yellow belt, you want to get your orange belt, you want to continue, and that's what we want in life. We seek this progression, you know. We want to take it to the next level, whatever it is. Barbara,
Wow.
you watching some inspirational videos
I
there?
am. I'm watching the jump rope world champion, who's actually a female. And
Oh wow!
what I'm watching
Actually.
what I'm watching right now is something else.
Is that actually a rope, or is that just two bits of?
No, it's a rope.
Wow!
Wow.
Barbara's watching a lady skipping very, very quickly on his.
World champion, mate.
It's a world champ. Yeah.
World champ. Oh, who's that? It was on me.
So yeah, never give up. You get. I was jump rope champion when I was 11. It says peace
This
and
is not
wellness.
the type of jump rope that you do in primary school.
No, this is not quite the same. All right, Barbara. I'm going to hand it to you now. Say your famous. Are you going to say your famous phrase yet?
No.
No? All right. Are we going?
Okay. All right. It is now
It's nearly 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. We have enjoyed everybody's company. Thank you for following us on Periscope, YouTube, live stream. The FM is down, unfortunately.
No, is it?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Have you checked it?
What did I tell you?
Okay, the FM is up. I didn't know that, but now I know.
Oh.
And catch us next week from 9:30 p.m. Let me tell you, Sundays, keep supporting One on FM. I'm going to wrap up the show now. Is that all right, Julian?
Yeah.
See you next week, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. Hola, Barbara. Oh man.
You'll love it, mate.
How do we do it?
You'll love it, mate. 9:30.
11 o'clock. I know.
It's too much.
How do we do it?
Well, we just like talk about it, really.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, well done, chaps. Thank you, Wellness. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Wellness.
Thank you.
I hope you're well.
Wow, that was long.
Did you actually feel it?
No, it goes quick, but I'm just conscious of time.
Why can't you